The 20 most significant occasions for the U.S. The historical backdrop of the U.S. of America is brimming with occasions that have characterized the course of the country as well as the world overall. From the disclosure of America to the worldwide pandemic of coronavirus, the U.S. has been a noticeable player on the global stage. Every occasion mirrors the qualities, difficulties and capability of a country that keeps on impacting present-day reality. In the accompanying message, 20 of the main occasions that form the historical backdrop of the U.S. are introduced. 1. Revelation of America, 1492. Christopher Columbus' appearance in America denoted the start of European investigation and colonization of the New World. Under the sponsorship of Spain, Columbus showed up on the Caribbean islands, looking for another course to Asia. This disclosure prompted influxes of European imperialism that formed the historical backdrop of North and South America. 2. Foundation of the Maine State, 1607. Jamestown State in Virginia was the principal extremely durable English province in North America. The establishing of Jamestown was a defining moment in molding American history, presenting the possibility of English culture and government to the locale. Regardless of challenges, for example, starvation and clashes with the locals, the province made do and gave a base to the improvement of resulting settlements. 3. Battle of Freedom, 1775 to 1783. The 13 provinces defied English rule, prompting the formation of the U.S. of America. The conflict was set apart by significant fights, like the Clash of Saratoga and the attack of Yorktown. The mediation of France was instrumental in the triumph of the settlements, and the Deal of Paris in 1783 endorsed the freedom of the U.S. 4. Marking of the Statement of Freedom, 1776. The Statement of Freedom, composed basically by Thomas Jefferson, was the groundwork of U.S. autonomy. This record declared the regular freedoms of man and the requirement for self-assurance. All men are made equivalent turned into an immortal image of American philosophy. 5. Reception of the Constitution, 1787. The U.S. Constitution turned into the premise of the country's arrangement of government. This report laid out an arrangement of balanced governance, isolating powers into leader, regulative, and legal branches. It was an upset in government that roused different countries to update their own frameworks of government. 6. Nationwide conflict, 1861 to 1865. The contention among northern and southern states over the issue of bondage and states' freedoms. The nationwide conflict was quite possibly of the bloodiest period in American history, with a huge number of setbacks. The North's triumph prompted the conservation of the association and the cancellation of subjugation. 7. The abrogation of subjugation, 1865. The 13th Amendment to the Constitution abrogated servitude in the U.S. This change was the aftereffect of many years of battle and the nationwide conflict. Despite the fact that servitude was abrogated, disparity and racial separation went on for a long time. 8. Battle with Spain, 1898. The U.S. crushed Spain, overseeing the Philippines, Puerto Rico, and Guam. This war denoted the passage of the U.S. as a force to be reckoned with and the start of American contribution in foreign relations. 9. Passage into the Second Great War, 1917. U.S. support in the Second Great War helped lead to united triumph. U.S. mediation came at a crucial time, steering the conflict and laying out the country as a key member on the worldwide stage. 10. Economic crisis, 1929 to 1939. The securities exchange crash of 1929 prompted 10 years of financial difficulty. The economic crisis of the early 20s had colossal social and monetary results, with a huge number of individuals losing their positions and homes. Roosevelt's strategies under the new arrangement step by step achieved a recuperation. 11. Access to World War II, 1941. The assault on Pearl Harbor constrained the U.S. into the conflict, deciding the last partnered triumph. The U.S. turned into the munition stockpile of a majority-rule government, giving basic guide and troops. 12. Beginning of the Virus War, 1947. The showdown with the Soviet Association characterized U.S. international strategy for a considerable length of time. The Virus War was described by the battle for matchless quality between the two superpowers, with occasions, for example, the Korean conflict, the Cuban rocket emergency and the competition to vanquish space. 13. Social liberties development, 1950 to 1960. The initiative of Martin Luther Ruler Jr. prompted significant changes for the freedoms of African Americans. This development included noteworthy occasions, for example, the Montgomery Transport Blacklist and the Walk on Washington, which established the groundwork for the disposal of racial separation. 14. Vietnam War, 1955 to 1975. The conflict struggle in Vietnam caused division in American culture. This war turned into an image of divisions over international strategy issues, and the loss of the U.S. significantly affected its worldwide picture. 15. The Apollo Venture and the Prometheus, 1969. The arrival of Apollo 11 was a colossal accomplishment for mankind and the U.S. Neil Armstrong turned into the main man to go to the moon, and the occasion denoted an achievement in logical advancement in the virus war. 16. September 11th Assault, 2001. The psychological oppressor assaults caused a worldwide change in the manner we approach security. These assaults prompted a worldwide battle on dread, remembering the battles for Afghanistan and Iraq. 17. Battle in Iraq and Afghanistan, 2001 to 2021. The U.S. led long-haul military activities after 9/11. Albeit these conflicts were at first pointed toward battling psychological warfare, the social and political results were sweeping. 18. Financial emergency, 2008. The breakdown of the real estate market caused a worldwide monetary emergency. The emergency impacted large number of Americans, prompting position and property misfortunes. Monetary market changes were important to stay away from comparative emergencies later on. 19. Appointment of Barack Obama, 2008. Barack Obama turned into the principal African American leader of the U.S. His political race was a memorable achievement, and his administration zeroed in on medical care, financial recuperation and international strategy. 20. Pandemic coronavirus, 2020. The pandemic impacted each part of life in the U.S., with huge effects on the economy and general well-being. Fast immunization advancement and general well-being drives were basic reactions to an exceptional emergency. The occasions introduced above offer a complete image of the development of the U.S. as a country. The historical backdrop of this nation is a wellspring of motivation, guidance, and reflection on its difficulties and triumphs. As the U.S. keeps on assuming a main part on the global stage, understanding its set of experiences stays imperative to deciphering the present and making arrangements for what's to come.